How much does this tweet terrify you, Lucius? I know you're watching the Mavs. I know you're a big Mavs fan. Brian, truckwreck.com fan text. Brian Windhorst today on Get Up says, keep the idea of LeBron and Luka teaming up in your back pocket.
Ooh.
They were talking about the subject where LeBron's talking about, I'd like to play with Steph Curry. And they talked about all that. But he said the best way you can see how LeBron feels about people is who he drafts in his all-star draft, and he's drafted Luka all 3 years that he has been an all-star. We know that Luka looks up to LeBron. I don't know how he thinks of the Lakers, but I would imagine, most people, if you didn't grow up a Lakers hater, you would at least appreciate the history and the brand and the legacy of being a Laker. I mean, That to me, I would hope that Luka would say, no, LeBron's too old. If I'm going to go championship chasing, it's got to be with somebody around my own age. I'm not going to start this whole routine already. But if it was a deal where LeBron's like, man, come on over here, we'll win a championship, and then the Lakers can be yours, I got to admit that's a little intimidating as a Mavericks fan, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of thinking, how do you get LeBron here? I wasn't
okay.
I wasn't too interested. I mean, again, for what your scenario you're talking about, I mean, I don't want to lose Luka to the Lakers. I just don't.
That would be a sports tragedy.
Yeah, I think so. And so I was kind of thinking when you were saying that, I'm like, okay, do the Mavs somehow end up with LeBron making that decision? Does it turn into like young Luka and Mark maybe saying, well, we talked about the thing with Bronny, right? Is that the avenue to end up? Is that the
sound of that? Yeah, let's draft Bronny, get Bron.
Yeah,
he'd be 39 by then.
Yeah, I think we'd be a little. I think we're
he just scored 30 at 37.
Yeah.
So,
but I was if you're gonna do it, God, please don't let me lose Luka to the Lakers. Please don't let me.
Hopefully this Lakers situation nukes and he asks out. I think he has 1 year left on his contract. Is that right?
Yeah.
Hopefully it nukes and that would be possible, but. Does it seem realistic for you at 877-881-1053? What do you think, Lucius?
I think LeBron is the type of player that would come here before snatching our players and going there.
I hope so. I hope that is realistic. I know in 2010 when we were talking about it, it didn't seem realistic then, but maybe it's more realistic towards the end of his career, especially if the Lakers situation runs its course and they really have no way of rebuilding a contender around him.
Luka's the best draw, right? Luka's the best draw, then Jason Kidd's the second best draw, right? Is that how you get LeBron?
Yeah. Yeah, you say, we got Jason Kidd as assistant.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good angle.
Yeah.
Okay, 817, General trying to send me into cardiac arrest with this segment. Damn. I mean, I saw it earlier. I was like, what the crap, Brian?
No.
What's going on here?
Don't do that.
Luka will not leave the Mavs. Okay.
Okay, I hope not.
I mean, you're looking at now what would be a rare collection of stars that aren't leaving their teams.
Yeah.
And, Damian Lillard is one. Giannis was about to leave before they became champions, or he was approaching a big decision, decided to extend, and then they become champions. I don't know if that's locked in. I remember thinking Kevin Durant would never leave the Thunder. It just seemed like that it was such a good pairing, but things got a little bit different there, and, time can seriously change things. Mavs need to go after LeBron after this season. LeBron said he wants to play with Luka. He said it on the shop. Luka, baby. That would be incredible, wouldn't it? I mean, I think I was making fun of Eddie Sefko or something back in 2010 when I first got here for writing that LeBron to the Mavs was realistic.
Yeah.
I thought it was either a New York or Miami or stay in Cleveland. But I guess I'm getting sold from you guys. You're coming up with some really good points as to why maybe it is realistic that LeBron, if he does want to leave the Mavericks, maybe Luka and Jason Kidd would be an attractive destination for him.
I think if I'm, and I hope I'm not wrong about this though, but our GM has Nike ties, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's your
and
third.
Shoes.
Yeah. There's your third for LeBron, So I don't know. I mean, and to me, I was thinking of another thing. And this is kind of being in LA, as much as that he loves to dabble in media stuff, with films and things like that. I mean, LA is the ultimate place, but this market too's got some of that kind of that stuff too, that if you're interested in that avenue of producing, developing films, stuff like that. I was just looking for all possible angles. People, what could bring him here? Could a draw of somebody with a studio here, something like that, producing some of his
Yeah.
some of his work.
Yeah, we got some stuff like that around here. My neighbor was in prison break.
Yeah.
Cool. We got something going on around here, right?
But that's what I'm saying, though. I think that this area it's not L.A.
We do have the Cowboys, which he likes.
Yeah, he does like the Cowboys. But let me ask you this, though. Would, with LeBron, does he have to have say? And does, do you bring him here with some say in what your roster?
Oh, yeah, but you take that deal. If he still wants say whenever that day comes, you're like, yeah, we get you. And, yeah, we're going to draft your son. And then if you can come up with trade options that bring us another star player to play with you and Luka, I'd be up for that. It's sure it hasn't worked out. Every team that he's built hasn't worked out, but
sure.
A couple of them have in a big way. The championship with Cleveland, and then the one with the Los Angeles has his fingerprints on it a lot a couple of years ago. 763 Euro players aren't the type to leave, and that's interesting because in European soccer they're constantly leaving. That's
what's called the transfer window.
Yeah, but I guess in basketball they don't have as big of a social network and as many friends on other teams. Maybe they don't know as many of the coaches, and I think that they maybe have a familiarity with a city, right? And they like learning another American city might be a little bit intimidating as well. But at least for the time being, that is true. How do we pay for LeBron? Well, you got to get under the cap. But, I mean, really what's been happening with superstars is they say where they want to go.
Yeah.
And then the team that they're on has to take whatever you can give for them.
Right.
Or, they work out some sort of a sign and trade or a trade.